evening, everyone. You are listening to Blunt Talk Radio on the TSRN. I'm your best bud Sideshow, joined by my co-host Stitch. Stitch, how's it going, my man?
I'm doing great today. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I know you're excited because for the past, month, we've been talking about doing the show on edibles, and every week you've been coming to me, are we going to do the edible show? We're going to do the edible show? We're going to do the edible show? And finally it is here.
Right. I've got all this information lined up and been doing my research, so I'm ready for this one.
Well, good. I'm going to let you. I'm going to ask you some questions. And I'm going to have you take a lot of the lead on this because I'm going to be honest with you. I am freaking beat. I went to that Welcome to Rockville concert this weekend up in Jacksonville. It was a 2-day rock and roll fest.
Oh, how was that?
Insane. I mean, Marilyn Manson, Korn. Slipknot headlined the whole thing. Godsmack, Motionless in White, Nonpoint. I mean, it was Breaking Benjamin. It was a hell of a show. I mean, 2 days of all kinds of good things. Boobies, lots of boobies.
Nice. So sounds like a good time to me.
That's a fantastic time. Yeah. Plenty of yeast shit flowing through.
All right, gotta have the yeast shit.
Oh, I'm telling you. I mean, it was just insane. It made a lot of new friends, a lot of old friends. I'm 3.5 hours away from Jacksonville, so that's a little trip, and a lot of people came from that area and came up there, and we had a great time. And I got to tell you something. This is how and this is like a point we were saying before, how you can't see how marijuana would make someone violent.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I like to jump around the pit. You know what I mean? And, we
the
don't
mosh
hurt
pit you're talking about?
Yeah, the mosh pit. I'd like to jump around the mosh pit to some of my favorite songs. But the funny thing is, it's when I'm drinking the yeast shit.
Of course.
When I'm drinking the Honey Jack or the Jaeger or something like that.
You grow 6 inches.
Now, there's a one point, exactly. Now, there's one point in the concert, where, we took a little smoke break and whatnot, and, we're having a good time. And I'm still jamming out to my favorite tunes, and a pit opens up, and I'm looking there, and I'm like, nah, not right now. I'm just enjoying myself, enjoying the music, enjoying the flow. And like I said, to me, it's not a violent thing anyway. It's just kind of like a fun, aggressive kind of thing. No different than if you were to play football or do any kind of contact sport. Although it's just a bunch of drunk people jumping around in a circle.
Yeah, I never got involved in the mosh pit because I didn't want to spill my beer, or drop my doobie.
Oh, how many beers got spilled on me? The funny part is the very first day it rained a lot, so it kind of got really muddy. And you're familiar with crowd surfing, right?
Yeah.
People passing
Absolutely.
people along. So I'm having a great time. I'm making a workout out of this because how I like to do the mud runs and everything.
Right.
It was like my own little obstacle. Like I was, walking through the mud and I'm passing people over, right? Well, people were getting up there and there are people with dirty ass bare feet. Now, for those of you out there in listener land that doesn't know, I hate feet. I do not like my own feet touched. I will not touch someone else's feet. I don't take off my socks unless I'm at the beach or in the shower. That's how. Actually, at one time, I had this one girl tell me, we went out and we're going home and going to go do our deal,
right,
and whatnot. And she actually told me that she would not have sex with me if I did not take off my socks. So, all right, well, you want to watch a movie? Because I am not doing it. I don't want someone else's cold, clammy feet against my feet. Anyway, we're getting way off track. These dirty ass feet are coming at me, and all I'm hearing is the Jaws theme in my head. Dun, 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 dun. And I mean, I'm all about trying to keep the crowd surfing going. I broke the hell out. I was nowhere to be found when I just saw these dirty ass fat feet coming at me that have been stepping in mud and spit and sweat and oh my god! I think I puked in my mouth a little bit.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, but all in all, the concert was great. We had a great time. Buddy of mine brought some cookies up there. That was very nice. So that kind of goes along with our edible.
Exactly. Tell me about that.
Well. We got done with the concert and we went back to a buddy of mine's house for a little after party, and we're having some shots and stuff. Shots of yeast shit. The finest yeast shit. And having a good time. And
was it distilled?
Huh?
Distilled yeast shit?
Oh, there was some distilled yeast shit. I don't know. Do they distill Fireball? I mean, it's a whiskey.
If it's over 80 proof, it's distilled.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would imagine it is. I mean, again, you are the information. I'm just the consumer. So, we're having some drinks, and my buddy offers me a cookie, and, of course, hell yeah. And it was just fantastic. It was a great way to wind down the night. I felt good. I was in good spirits. I kind of felt relaxed. I mean, after walking around, especially walking around in mud all day, your calves are hurting, your legs are hurting, your back's hurting. I'm putting girls on my shoulders. We're jumping around the pit. But, I mean, I just kind of felt just nice and mellow, relaxed. My muscles didn't hurt. Maybe it's because I didn't, think about it. But I really think that I was just kind of like on cloud nine at that point. So, I mean, I am a fan of the edibles. But I will warn everybody about these things. They're great things, but you've got to know your dose with edibles. You've got to know your dose. If you're just first starting off eating edibles, you don't want to sit there and down 3 or 4 cookies.
Well, the hard thing with edibles is to know what the dosage is in the edible.
Yeah. Well,
most of the stuff, I don't know where you got the cookies from, but if it's homemade, you have no idea what the percentage is.
Yeah, I mean, and I've made that mistake before. I've made brownies before for a Super Bowl party. And
yeah, they were yummy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You were there. That's right. You had a great time. And at the time, my girlfriend just kept feeding them to me. And I'm not paying attention because I'm sitting there cooking and stuff like that, other stuff. So just by habit, I'm munching these brownies down. And by the halftime show, it was the one where the New Orleans Saints played. The lights went out. Mm-hmm. Was it the New Orleans Saints or was it just in New Orleans? It was in New Orleans. What one was that? It was Beyonce was the halftime show. I remember that mess. I don't remember. Well, anyway, regardless, I'm sitting there.
3 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember what I did yesterday sometimes. But I'm watching it, and the lights have been out, for like 20 minutes. And I don't even realize what's going on. And I'm sitting there going, why aren't they playing football? You know what I mean? It was just, I ate a lot. I had a hell of a time. I remember you asking me, you're like, hey, you want to maybe get together sometime, do a comedy show or a hockey game? I just couldn't even give you an answer.
Right.
I was just shrugged my shoulders and looked at you. But that's the important thing out there, guys. If you're going to partake in edibles, or like a friend of mine, a female friend of mine likes to call them eatables. Eatables, yeah. Try to know your dose. And, if you're getting some stuff from a buddy, eat a little bit. See where that takes you. What does it take? About anywhere from an hour to like 2.5 hours for it to kick in?
Up to 3 hours, actually.
3 hours, really?
Yeah, it can take up to 3 hours, and it lasts a lot longer.
Yeah, normally it takes about an hour and a half for me personally. I guess it would, depend on the person, how much they ate today, how tired they are. Are they partaking in other things? Have they smoked? Is Jupiter aligned just properly with its moons? I mean, I don't know.
I have not yet found anything that touches me other than appetite.
Really?
Really.
I had to jump in, guys. I'm sorry. I was trying to just sit back, listen. I tried a candy bar, and it was that minty, what would you call it? Andy's candy type thing.
Yeah, I like those things.
Very good, right. And the gentleman who gave it to us said, just try a little piece, And I looked at the size of the piece, and I just kind of I looked at Michelle, I split the thing in half, I gave her half, took the other half, and we consumed it. And honestly, I don't get the whole freaking out thing, because only thing that I did was sit down on the couch, had the most relaxing, I guess we would call it 7th inning stretch that you could ever have. When you do that real fulfilling stretch, and then I fell asleep. Night.
For some reason, edibles, they just murder me.
Really?
I could smoke with the best of them, hang with the best of them. I eat those edibles, and it's a wrap.
No kidding.
At your party, I just wanted to finish the rest of the brownies. I didn't want to be greedy, though, so I left them. There was about a half a tray there. I said, my goodness, it's got to be expensive. I better leave some for somebody else.
They do get quite expensive.
Oh, the thing is, too, you get the munchies when you eat them, and then you eat more brownies, and then you get the munchies again, and
that's
you eat more
the curse,
brownies.
Right, yeah.
And then it's just that vicious cycle.
Yeah.
in the psychedelic
Yeah.
world.
And for these kids out there that are doing it, man, that really don't have experience in anything like that. They don't, they're just like, oh, I'm a tough guy. I can eat, 4 brownies. And then they realize, 3/4 of the way into the second one, damn, this might have been a mistake, So yeah, it's like that first time you smoked with a friend of yours that had that really good ganja, and you sat in his room and just went,
Yeah. Well, that's why Sideshow said you got to,
Yeah.
take a little bit at a time, test your limits.
Were you there when I made the smoked cheddar mac and cheese with the oil?
No.
Oh, that was really good. That was really good. You could pretty much make,
I might have passed on that.
Really?
Yeah, the mac and
What I
cheese.
heard, the best way to
Not-
make the
not
butter.
good for
Now
me.
this is just spiffballing what I heard. The best way to make the brownies was with butter, the infused butter.
Right.
That is the best recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So,
I use oil.
Do you?
And the reason I use oil is it's easier to be able to control the temperature. of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
butter
you wanna
will
do-
scorch. I
well,
guess.
yeah, you don't want to overscorch it or you're going to cook out the THC. It's going to lose its potency. But you have to have it hot enough that it's going to actually pull the THC out, of the bud itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the oil, what I notice is if you just wait till it gets right before that boiling point where there might be just like one bubble that pops up, that's it. And then give it about 20 to 30 minutes.
I know that.
I'm a little under the weather too, out in that.
Sounding it, bro.
out in
Man,
that rain
Don't
and
get
stuff.
nobody sick.
I'll try not
It's
to.
all your fault if we do.
Yeah,
I got my shots.
Yeah, I got antibiotics. I ain't sweating it too bad.
Yeah.
Everybody else will be sick. I'll be fucking bloop.
I rarely ever get sick.
Do you?
I rarely ever because I have a pretty high immune system and
Good.
stuff like that.
Good. Maybe you'll fight it off before it gets too bad.
Everybody always tells me that, always jokes with me and stuff like that, from my past man whoring days that you're going to get this, you're going to get that. And I
Yeah.
tell them I can't get that. I'm immune to that. AIDS went to the health clinic and tested positive for
For
me.
you.
That's what happened. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so let's educate everybody because hey, educate, legislate, and medicate. So let's educate our listeners on basically the jeez, knocked my cough so hard it knocked the headphones off my head. Let's educate our listeners on the fundamentals of exactly what is an edible.
Exactly what is an edible?
Yeah.
All right. Well, edibles, as you were saying, they're any kind of food made with the oil or the butter, and it could be a candy, a cookie, Rice Krispie treats,
Lollipops.
Jello shots. Gosh, I
Speaking
heard of any number of different things.
Speaking of Jello shots, and I haven't done this, but I'm going to do this. You could actually infuse a bottle of yeast shit with THC. Did you know?
Oh,
that?
absolutely. Of
You
course.
actually take for instance, I'm a vodka guy 90% of the time.
Just don't go the fraternity house way.
I got to turn my mic on again. With that said, if you seriously want to do that,
Funnels.
I have everything you need. I got a beer kit, the bottling,
No
everything.
funnels. No
Really?
funnels.
Everything.
You get the old gears turning there, Lou.
Just planting that. Just putting that out there.
Planting a seed, no pun intended. See that? I'm full of them today. We need a yeah, exactly. We need a snare and a hi hat. That's what I'm going to do when I'm rich, Lou. When I get rich, I'm just going to hire someone to follow me around. They say nothing except every time I say something clever, badoonch. That's what I want. But, exactly. So no, but you can infuse bottles of liquor with it. You can take like a Grey Goose bottle and actually put the cannabis inside of it and put it in a barely boiling pot of water, and you let that slowly cook for same thing anywhere from 30, maybe a little longer with something like that, like 30 to 40 minutes, and you let that render, and then you strain it out, and of course get rid of the excess cannabis and stuff like that, and just leave the THC. You put it in, you cool it off, and you drink it, and there you go. You got a double header.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. You're gonna have to teach me how to do that.
I might just have to. But in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. Get a word from our sponsors. We're going to be back here very shortly. We're going to talk more about these edibles and whatnot. Stitch is a plethora of information, so
I got some good stuff over here.
He's going to tell us how it's done. What makes an edible different from smoking and everything.
Right.
As soon as we get back from the break. So you're listening to Blunt Talk Radio on the TSRN. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you'd love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free gifts? It's not hard. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code GIFT13 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out AdamandEve.com today. Select one item and get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you enter offer code GIFT13. That's GIFT 13 at AdamandEve.com.
If you are successful at what you do, whether you're a doctor, a lawyer, a business owner, or you have a great career, you understand the concept of protecting yourself. Well, are you protecting yourself, your family, and your assets with quality term life insurance? Consider these possible rates. A man age 45 non-tobacco user could obtain $1 million of coverage for as little as $75 a month, and this rate is fixed for the next 10 years. We specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. A man age 50 non-tobacco user may be able to obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $115 a month. And this rate is fixed for the next 20 years. We have great rates for smokers too. Call the Term Lifeline now. 800-430-1481, 800-430-1481. That's 800-430-1481.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 877-229-7271. Again, 877-229-7271. That's 877-229-7271. 877-229-7271.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Blunt Talk Radio on the TSRN. Jeez, I can't even talk. Blunt. Jeez, I really need to. Why do I want to restart it? Can I just be an idiot for once? I mean, everybody makes mistakes. Jesus. Lou over here, you know what I mean? A little Polly Perfect and stuff. He's the one that's like, oh, we got to do a live broadcast because that's and we got to do live things. That's the true way to do things. And then I sit here and I say Blunt Tick Radio, and this guy acts like I just swore on national television or something. We got to do this shit over. But I was asking. Yeah, I appreciate it though, Lou. All right, well, anyway, we're going to do this show about edibles, but first I'd like to thank everybody out there for listening in. I'd like to thank everybody that is supporting the cause for hashtagging Team Sideshow, Blunt Talk Radio, Free Florida, Educate, Medicate, look at this, dude. I am so, what's that word I'm looking? Yeah, that's what I need right there. I am so discombobulated this week. I'm having dyslexia with my own sayings. So it's educate, legislate, medicate. You can also hashtag that. I do that on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Snapchat. Of course, if they really want to support the cause, you can get your Keep Calm and hashtag Team Sideshow shirts right now for only $15. All you got to do is go on Blunt Talk Radio on Facebook, and you send us a little message or whatnot, and we'll get that out to you. I will ship. Also, we're gonna have some new ones coming in. I want to make some for Blunt Talk Radio, like something for us, Sideshow and Stitch, or High and Mighty or something like. I like that. High and Mighty.
High and Mighty.
Yeah, or even the Educate, Legislate, Medicate. That's a really
that's a good one,
catchy one. And we got to think of something for your yeast shit, because that is a lot of people are like that. We get that trending, man.
Well, we got a few designs for that in mind already.
Well, good. You always have a trick up your sleeve, Stitch. I know you. Make sure you guys, of course, to tune in every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for Blunt Talk Radio. If you missed it, fell asleep, we're still at work, eating dinner, whatever, trying to get some ass, that's okay. You can listen to it on demand. That's fine at any time, any episode, by going to Blunt Talk Radio on the Talk Shit Radio Network. So let's talk about edibles a little bit. Well, first of all, there are actually several different ways that you can partake in marijuana. First thing, of course, is, as everybody knows, smoking. Doing that through your bong, your pipe, your roll a joint.
The old-fashioned way.
Huh?
The old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way. The kids like buying blunts, rolling blunts.
Smoke 'em peace pipe.
Yeah, smoke 'em peace. But see, there you go. That's great. So everybody knows what that is. Now, of course, for medical patients, some people don't like to smoke. Because let's face it. Even though it's better than cigarettes, smoking anything is probably not the most healthiest thing in the world. You know what I mean, as far as that goes. So, some actual healthcare centers will actually recommend that you do it through vaporizers or edible forms.
Right. It eliminates the carcinogens from the paper.
Right. And the carcinogens are
smoke.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm just trying to educate everybody out there, because some people are going to be like that. Hey, man, what's carcinogens?
What's a carcinogen?
And then they're not going to listen to us because they're going to be on Google and stuff like that, trying to figure that out. And then next thing you know, they go.
Is that like a carton?
Yeah. So also ways to do it is vaporizing. Everybody pretty much knows about that, vaporizers and whatnot. You can do it by that way. They have the little e-pens, and they have the big old school vaporizers. Remember those? You can fill up balloons and stuff with them.
Yeah, I've seen those.
The only thing I don't like about those old school ones is you have to let it warm for 30 minutes, which means I have to decide that in 30 minutes I want to smoke. I just like to pick it up and do what I got to do.
That's not pot friendly.
Yeah, exactly. And there's actually, believe it or not, there's topical solutions that you could apply directly onto the skin and muscles.
Really?
And there's lotions, balms, oils, creams, sprays, all kinds of these. And they're actually tremendously effective for skin conditions like psoriasis, joint diseases, arthritis, migraines, restless leg syndrome, some spasms, and everyday muscle stress and soreness. I need to get a hold of some of this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some in my socks.
Something in your socks. Shit, I want
It's
to.
got that restless foot syndrome.
I want to put it in my. I want to put it in my bathtub and swim in it.
Really? There you go.
That sounds fantastic.
Everything's restless. Huh?
And then this is actually something I've never heard of. This is something new to me, so I'm actually learning something on Blunt Talk Radio. Tinctures. It's a medical cannabis concentrate, and a lot of you out there probably don't know what the hell it is either. So I'm going to read you a little thing about it. A tincture is a concentrated form of medical cannabis in an alcohol solution. Tinctures are highly concentrated and require careful dosage levels, starting out small and waiting to feel the full effects before adding more. They can be taken under the tongue or mixed into water or other beverages. Lou, you know a little bit about those. Tell us what you know.
I have very limited information other than how it's made, what's in it, and that it is primarily used medically.
Well, that's pretty good information.
Yeah, it's what I have is it's a topical alcohol extract of a plant or animal material, where it's the isolation of such a low oil dosage to bring it up to a high dosage to concentrate it, and they use the just like they make the dabs and all of that.
Right.
You would use the what is it, the propane or whatever it's used, butane. Right.
Propane.
Right. Whatever.
Kerosene.
Yeah,
How much
right.
are you making? That's that shit?
Yeah. You use very high grain alcohol, such as moonshine or what's the other one?
Everclear?
Everclear.
Really?
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the way that I know how to make it, the way that I saw somebody else do it is they just took a lot of trimmings, everything, whole bud, the stems, everything, and they soaked it in alcohol. And just let it sit. And over time, the alcohol and everything fused, filtered it in coffee, through a coffee filter, separated all the solids from the liquids, and you're finished. You have a medical grade product. That is actually what I know of is also used to treat seizures, headaches. There's a lot of medical uses for it. Yeah.
We got Albert Einstein over here saying, "Well, I have very limited knowledge on this." He just gave us
I'm definitely not the man. I'm just repeating what I heard.
Okay, Professor. But you say moonshine and Everclear. That's some high octane yeast shit.
Yeah.
That in itself
burns.
is going to knock you on your
It burns.
It burns. Huh?
It burns. Yeah.
Bad, huh?
Yeah, it burns.
But it does the trick.
Yeah. It'll knock a headache out. I suffer from the migraines.
knock more than a headache.
Yes, it will. Yeah, I have bad those.
Did you say migraines?
A migraine, yeah. You never heard of the migraines? Well,
migraine.
It's a migraine, yeah.
Because it belongs to you? Or you
Right, it's mine, exactly. It's like just like U-turns. It's not your turn, it's my turn.
Ah, okay.
Anyway, moving on. I sometimes suffer from bad migraines, and I had a friend of mine turn me on to some tincture, and one drop under the tongue, 20 minutes later, I am up and running again.
Wow.
And I'm talking about the headaches to where you would actually have to cover your eyes, push on them. You're fighting back the vomit. I mean, 20 minutes
I've
gone.
Seen people go through that. Yeah.
So
bad.
wicked stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
If
pretty,
it's done right.
That's pretty interesting. Well, that's the fourth way, tinctures. That's the fourth way you can do it, and of course, the fifth way is what this show is all about: edibles.
The edibles.
Like you said, like we were talking earlier, like the dosage can be very difficult to judge. You know what I mean? Especially if you're, having doing it homemade.
Right.
It's not actually done through a lab. But then even then, if you eat a certain amount, it's kind of hard to decipher.
Well, to begin with, yeah. But most of the stuff that's being sold medically in the stores is done in 10 milligram increments.
Right.
So you at least have an idea of where you're starting.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, and it goes up to, I believe, 100 milligrams.
And I heard also, just like alcohol or yeast shit, edible herbal medicine will actually kick in significantly faster if eaten on an empty stomach.
Oh, yes, anything will. Yeah.
Right. I'm reading here, it says the therapeutic effects from eating cannabis last much longer than other consumption methods, often up to 4 hours or more, and then slowly begin to wear off. Many patients report that the method provides more of a relaxing body effect than the cerebral high that is often accompanied with vaporizing and smoking.
Right. Let me tell you why.
Oh, yeah. We want to know why. I'm just yapping away. Just stop me at any point.
No. The reason is when you eat the cannabis, it metabolizes through the liver.
Okay.
So a delta 9 THC becomes 11 hydroxy THC, which passes through the blood-brain barrier more rapidly and has more of a psychedelic effect than the standard THC. Now, this is according to Mitch Earlywine, the author of Understanding Marijuana. He's a professor of psychology at State University of New York in Albany. And he also says, smoked or vaporized, the cannabis bypasses the liver and doesn't create the same 11 hydroxy THC. Now, I know everybody's asking the same thing I did. What the hell is 11 hydroxy THC? Well, I'm not a scientist, so I looked it up. Here's the definition. 11-hydroxy tetrahydrocannabinol, abbreviated 11-OH. THC is the main active metabolite of THC, which is formed in the body after cannabis consumption. 11-hydroxy THC has been shown to be active in its own right, but the effects produced are not necessarily identical to those of THC. This might partially explain the biphasic effects of cannabis, where some effects such as increased appetite tend to be delayed rather than occurring immediately when the drug is consumed.
Oh yeah, as soon as I smoke a doob, man, I'm ready for something like cookies and milk or something.
Right, that's the difference. With the edibles, it takes 1 to 3 hours for it to go through the liver and get into your bloodstream. Now, if you smoke marijuana, it gets THC into the body much faster and at a higher concentration, and it stays there much longer if you eat it.
Right.
So you got a choice between faster or longer.
I've noticed that.
Now, with smoking, you get as much as 50 to 60% of the THC out of a joint can get into the blood plasma, and you get peak concentrations come, like you said, in 5 to 10 minutes. It's very quick. It crosses the blood-brain barrier, whereas the edibles have to go through the liver, and they metabolize, and only 10 to 20% of the cannabinoids reach the blood plasma. And it takes it 60 to 120 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, that's some fucking fascinating shit. You know, you guys think you can't learn something from a couple of stoners, but you can.
Absolutely.
You can absolutely. So basically what it's saying is it takes, and I've noticed this too, and anyone I'm sure that's done, both the edibles and smoked, have noticed the significant difference in not only the time that it takes for it to kick in, the time it lasts, and also the kind of buzz it provides. So, I mean, that's some really interesting stuff. It really, just lately, it's like the whole edible thing has been sweeping the nation. I mean, everybody's like made brownies or something like that at some point, or cookies at some point, but just recently, everybody's really gotten on it, and I mean, it's a huge thing now.
Well, now that it's legal in certain states, people are learning how to do it correctly, and look at all the things that we've learned today that we had no idea that they were doing with THC, and if we had the ability to go into these stores and pick our products like they do in these other states, life would just be a lot better. You know what I mean? Like you said, a lot of people would quit smoking it. They turn to the edibles or the oils or some other form of it. I know myself, I've been smoking for 34 years, and I'm ready for something else. I'm ready to give up smoking and maybe have a piece of chocolate in the morning and get the same, medical effects. I don't get high. I don't know if the pleasure center's dead, but all I get is medical relief,
Yeah, I mean, wow, that's I don't understand the whole you not get high thing. That's crazy talk.
Just doesn't happen.
But at least it helps you with your appetite. It helps you with
helps the nausea.
Yeah, from your condition. That's a good thing.
And even the physical pain too.
A lot of people prefer the edibles or the eatables, as my friend says. I can't stand it when she says that. A lot of people prefer that. They don't. They're not cigarette smokers, so they don't want to smoke.
Right.
So they kind of feel like by smoking even cannabis, that's kind of the same thing.
Well, and you're pushed out everywhere. You can't go anywhere and smoke anything.
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to push you out for eating a cookie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, well, anyway, we got to take a quick break, guys. We're going to get another word from our sponsors. We're going to be back with more Blunt Talk Radio on the TSR, and we're going to talk more about edibles, eatables, whatever you want to call them. We're going to start hashtagging eatables too, just for the hell of it. And we're also we got your shit list coming up.
Right.
And I've also got my buzzkill of the week. So, everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back at you with more Blunt Talk Radio on the TSRN.
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you'd love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free gifts? It's not hard. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code GIFT13 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out AdamandEve.com today. Select one item and get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you enter offer code GIFT13. That's GIFT 13 at AdamandEve.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-441-3678 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-441-3678 to take your call now. Call 1-800-441-3678. That's 1-800-441-3678. Again, 1-800-441-3678. If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 28security.com. That's the number 28security.com. 28security.com. Go to 28security.com.
Welcome back, fuckers. It's Blunt Talk Radio on the TSRN. I'm your best bud Sideshow, joined by Stitch, and we even got Screwy Louie over here joining us today. We were talking tonight about edibles, or eatables, and the effects of them. What's the difference between smoking and ingesting cannabis? Stitch was giving us some great information on this stuff, what it actually converts to, called 11-hydroxy-THC. It starts as delta-9 THC, and it becomes 11-hydroxy-THC.
Right. And, that science there is a little over my head, but basically it's all about the way you metabolize it and whether or not it's going through your blood or through your liver or straight to your head. Even what goes to your head eventually goes back around and through your liver. But it takes a longer route, and it's mostly gone by then.
Oh, this is like the whole science of this. I mean, to believe something that when I was a kid we just did to get high. I mean, of course, we didn't have the medical strains back then when we were a kid. I mean, we had hydro, but it was homegrown hydro, and a lot of.
I'm older than you. We didn't have hydro when I was a kid.
We had a lot of dirt weed. Stuff like
Sensimilia.
Sensimilia. I just love the sound of that.
And tie stick.
Right?
That just sounds
My God.
What was that, a Cheech and Chong movie? Why do they call it tie stick? Because he tied to his stick.
That is not why.
No, not at all. But it sounds good, especially in a Mexican accent.
God,
Absolutely.
It was good, though.
All right, well, I think it's about time for the Buzzkill of the Week. Or if Lou would make my damn Buzzkill of the Week.
Buzzkill.
Yeah, I mean, But no.
Feeling a little on the spot here.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah,
right here
no.
At Blunt Talk
We're going
Radio.
to do that right after this. I'm going to get a bunch of bites from you.
Cool. Well, let me do my buzzkill of the week, and I can't really name names because this is a personal person that is on Facebook, and this guy bugs the shit out of me.
Nice.
I'll give you his first name. His name is James. Okay, now this is an older guy. I don't know, probably about your age, maybe maybe a little older. First of all, one of those overly Christian people. Like ridiculously Christian people. Like, I have no problem. I'm going to tell everybody out there straight up, and I hope we don't lose listeners to this, but I am not a religious person at all. Whatsoever.
I'm not religious, but I'm Christian enough for all of us.
Right? Is that, there you go.
Yeah.
But I respect anyone's belief if that's what you're doing, as long as you're not shoving it in my face and telling me I'm a bad person for not believing the same shit you do.
Right.
But this guy is like, he doesn't even talk about other drugs. He only talks about how bad marijuana is. And like the way he talks is just like senseless. Like he sits there and says, "Oh, how would you like if your little girl went to a pot party?"
Well, I would like to, before you even go into the buzzkill, just say that in some of the groups and the circles that I belong to, it's ignorance like that just make us look better.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. I mean, first of all, what the hell is a pot party, though? You don't go to pot parties? No one said I'm having a pot party at my house.
Wait till you hear the shit list.
Unless he meant potpourri.
Really? It's a good one this week?
Well,
okay.
Kind of goes with what you just said.
But this guy, I'm looking at his Facebook page right now. Okay?
Don't do that. Don't show me. I'll put it up, and we'll be talking about him on Talk Shit tomorrow morning.
Colorado pot legalization.
Hide that for me.
That's why it's facing me. And I am not going to stay logged in.
Don't do it.
Colorado pot legalization equals more stoned, unproductive employees. Some companies are leaving the state because too many employees are coming in high. Now, I'm not going to say that
That's a lie.
It's a lie, but I'm not going to say that there aren't some bad apples that do make us look bad. And let's face it, pot. It affects everybody differently, and it really is not necessarily for everybody. There's some people that's not for them. Now, for me and most everybody I know, it's a great thing. But you know what I mean? This guy's like throwing that out there. Okay, first of all. Second of all, here's something. He goes, legal medical pot states equal more hash oil explosions, injuries, and death than non-legal pot states. Well, no shit, because we're not doing it down here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like saying that there's more bus accidents in this city that has
Manhattan
a bus station
than there is
in other cities that don't have bus stations.
Right.
I mean, it's just stupid.
Comparing apples to oranges. Yeah.
This guy is just. I don't know what he has against. And let me tell you something about this. A friend of mine copped a charge or something like that, just a small pot charge and stuff like that. And you know what this Christian guy had the freaking nerve to say? He says, "I hope the cops beat the shit out of him when they arrested him."
Yeah, that's Christian.
So a friend of mine that just became he never smoked ever in his life, but recently he developed like a really bad sleeping disorder, and. His doctor actually recommended to him, like off the record, that you don't necessarily have to partake in it on a regular basis, but before you go to bed at night, maybe help you out. And he started partaking in it.
There's a lot of doctors that'll tell you that. Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
not only did he have sleep disorders, but at night before he went to bed, migraines and restlessness and anxiety and whatnot. So he couldn't sleep. So this helped him sleep. So he's recently become an advocate. Well, he looked up this James guy. And he actually used to be a detective, my friend, like a private detective. And he looked him up and found out that he had a charge like years ago for drugs that he somehow beat or got off of.
Everybody's got skeletons.
Right. And it was a felony drug charge. And, I think we're all led to believe that it wasn't marijuana. And the guy refused to answer any questions. Well, I was like,
Is his name Rick Scott?
Oops.
Oop.
Oh, no, wrong question.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
It sounds like a distant
like-
cousin. Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He's a dick either way.
this guy
I
is
met him.
just, I mean,
When we went for the grand rally in Tally.
Yeah, my son did too. He came on their Navy ship and didn't talk to one sailor on there.
Really?
Yeah,
what,
he's a douche.
Where were
Sorry,
we with
off
the
topic.
where were we with the shit list?
No, we're
this is the buzzkill.
The bud
Are you
the
even
buzzkill.
listening
I
to
was
us over
I'm
here,
sorry,
Lou?
I'll go back to sleep.
No, you're good. You're good. We want you to be a part of us, man. Thanks for joining the conversation, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm here, but I'll just go back to sleep. I don't know what the hell. Yeah, the talk shit list. I'm wrong show.
Oh, and then here's another one. Arrest made marijuana window jumper investigation. Police arrested a woman who they say bought edibles for her son who jumped from a window. Really? Now, if that really did happen, the kid's got mental issues because
Now, did she buy him the pot before or after he jumped out of the window? Because if he jumped out of the window, he could probably use some right about now.
Yeah, for the pain.
Right.
But this guy,
Or did he jump out of the window to escape the police?
this guy calls himself a Christian. He's condoning violence against people that smoke pot, and he's like posting false stories, and because of course, if you read it on the internet, it must be true, right?
Well, Christians don't hate, and haters ain't Christian.
That's right. So that's why this James guy is the buzzkill of the week. This guy's a douchebag. I do not like you. I hope I wish he was listening right now because I'd like him to just hear my damn voice. But it's funny how he'll come on too, and this idiot will come on, and I'm not into the whole Facebook wars thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this guy will come on and start like degrading someone, and he has no one, not one person backing him up. Everybody's like, go F yourself.
We should bring on a special guest here to your show here, Mike. I'll get it right one of these days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somewhere where we're about 10 years down into the show and I finally figure out what name to call you. I'll figure it out one
10 years.
eventually.
I got to deal with
Hopefully,
you
man.
for 10 years?
Yeah, hopefully, bro. Well, no, not really.
I hope
'cause
we have this settled by then.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, eventually I'll
Be
get it
moving
right.
on to something
Anyway,
else.
Sideshow, what we ought to do is get him on with somebody who's, you have him get him to call in one day and debate with somebody who I can get to come on that is like you. Just, and the two of yous.
I think
Yeah.
I'd like to get this asshole on the show.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
would.
Well, listen, you tell me and I'll put the invite out there.
It's
We'd
just-
like to debate him on his views via cannabis.
It's ignorant. It's one thing to be against it. Hey, it's like I said, you can't. Everybody has the entitled to their own opinion.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
But for you to come on and just say like you're a freaking scientist or you're a
Well,
freaking doctor or you're a freaking.
If you're going to talk like that, you better be able to back it up with some facts, some articles, some research.
Yes, definitely.
But that is why, James, you are the buzzkill of the week. See how lame that freaking sounds, dude?
Well, I'm actually probably going to use that and put some echo into it and change that around because I could actually work with that quite a bit.
I don't see that. He's freaking regular
Yeah,
audio
see?
Picasso
Houdini,
over
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So, well, without further ado, I think it's time to turn it over to Stitch. He's got a
All
shit
right.
list.
Yeah, we got the shit list for this week. We're going to start off with the permanent members, Rick the Dick, Scott, Pam Bondi, and Mark Rubio. They never get away from me.
I was going to say, it seems like they're on the shit list every week.
Every week. And this one, we're going to go back to basically the same thing we were talking about last week, people that are fighting against legalization. We talked about one of them last week, GOP mega donor Sheldon Adelson. Chairman of Las Vegas Sands Corporation opposed the measure, even though his medical research organization, the Dr. Miriam and Sheldon G. Adelson Medical Research Foundation, produced a study in 2013 showing that medical marijuana has the potential to help people with multiple sclerosis. And even knowing that, he's given up what did we say last week? Do you remember? Was it $3 billion or
I
something
think
like
it
that?
was. Well,
For the fight against legalization here in Florida. Number 2 on the list here is spokesman for No on 2. Spokesman, I'm not sure how to say this. I'm going to say Javi Corioso. Will the new, this is a quote from him, will the new face of date rape look like a cookie?
what?
A chocolate chip cookie with THC is going to be the next date rape drug, according to this turd.
That's the single-handedly most stupid thing I've ever heard.
Right. And then third, we have House General Counsel Daniel Nordby and Senate General Counsel George Levesque, who argued in front of the Supreme Court on behalf of the Florida House and Senate to prevent Amendment 2 from being put on the ballot. And of course, got to include who they were working for, the Florida House and the Florida Senate. And I want to say thank you on this. The information from this I got from reports from Bill Cotero from the Tallahassee, from Florida, from Gary Stein from the Huffington Post, and Matt Ferner.
You know, it just saddens me how like blind and ignorant some people are to this whole situation. And first of all, the Sheldon guy, knowing that it has medical benefits, is going to still donate all that money to lobby against it.
Yeah, he paid money for the research study that proved it, and now he's going to turn around and fight against it.
Well, his name's Sheldon. That's his first mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. Bazinga.
Bazinga. Oh, so that is Stitch's shit list. Even though we decided we were going to take the Stitch out,
Right.
because
It's the shit list.
it's just the shit list. Okay, it's just the shit list, everybody. Well, one thing we wanted to let everybody know is if you've listened in or you were there for the Skinnies 420 live broadcast, we're actually currently looking into another place to do another live broadcast. Anyone that would be interested, anyone that would, have bands or DJs or, any kind of cool event that they would like us to do a live broadcast from, of course, we'll promote your shit, as long as we can promote our show, of course. That, goes hand in hand, a little cross promotion, help each other out. I'm sure there are lots of businesses out there that are, very interested in this kind of cause that we are doing. So if you're listening in, anyone listening in, if you or someone is interested in possibly having a live broadcast, feel free to message us over there on Facebook at Blunt Talk Radio or Talk Shit Radio Network, and we'll bring the whole kit and caboodle down there. Even if you have a venue and you need, bands or entertainment, we could also, we all have enough friends that we could help provide that as well. And we'd love to do it. We'd love to reach out to our fans. We love making new fans.
Well,
Right.
don't forget Sideshow. I mean, if somebody has something that they need a DJ for.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Yeah, Sound by Sideshow. Actually, currently changed to SBS Events, a full mobile DJ company that I do run, specializing in weddings, corporate events, the Sweet 16s, and all, pretty much virtually anything that you would need music for. I could also MC, commentate, ring announce, stuff like that. So, of course, if you...
He does great voiceovers, I got to tell you.
No, so the Skinnies commercial, huh?
Absolutely.
One
Absolutely.
take. One take. I like that shit.
Absolutely.
But, I definitely, as far as the DJ goes, especially for a wedding, I'm not that typical guy with the 70s porn star mustache and the mullet and the cummerbund. You know what I mean? I'm more of a contemporary. Of course, I could dress up if any way you need me to. But I try to be a more contemporary DJ as far as that goes too. So if you're interested in that, you can check out my website, soundbysideshow.com, or email me at soundbysideshow@yahoo.com. And we can talk about that. So, we got to take another quick break. So we're going to be back at you in just a little bit with more Blunt Talk Radio on the TSR.
Are you disabled? Has your disability insurance company wrongfully denied paying your claim for benefits? Or maybe you didn't even know you had a long-term disability insurance policy through your employer. The smartest thing you can do right now is call the Disability Group for help. Don't try to take on the insurance companies alone. Listen to how one phone call to the Disability Group has helped people just like you.
They were on my team. They were on my side. If anybody in my family needed, help, I would refer them to the Disability Group.
And you pay nothing unless you win your case and receive your benefits. The Disability Group will put you in touch with a nationally recognized and experienced team who will fight for your rights. Call the Disability Group right now for a free, no-obligation consultation. Remember, the call is free and could help you secure thousands of dollars a month in benefits. Dial 800-448-8604. That's 800-448-8604. Call 800-448-8604. Call now.
We're back with more Blunt Talk Radio on the TSRN. I'm Sideshow along with Stitch and Lou. We are talking about edibles this week. It pretty much wraps up our discussion on edibles. We could always come back and do more once we get more research because, we've really basically not even scratched the surface of
No, I think we need to really get the research going on it. And come over and bake some brownies.
Yeah? Oh, is that how we're going to research?
Yes.
Oh, it's like on-the-job training.
Trial and error.
I love OJT, man.
And we can do that live with the cameras going as well.
Well, isn't that freaking look like a little Betty Crocker?
Right. Are we going to wear the ISIS masks?
I don't know about that, but I'll put on the apron and
let's
everything,
go with
and
the
we'll go full out.
mask.
Yeah, right. We'll go full out. I got a cool mask I'll wear.
Oh, what would I wear? One of those, what's it called, from The Purge. Seen the mask they used to wear?
Oh, yeah, that's a good mask to wear.
That's a good one.
That'll go right next to mine, because mine's almost like that. It's a ride mask.
But seriously, we do need to research this a little more. Not just like that, but also because I'd really like to get really dig deep into this subject and bring it back on a future show. If you guys would be interested in something like that.
No, I would, and I'm serious about. I would like to do serious research on it and find out what the differences are. Between the legal edibles and what we make at home.
To boldly go where no stoner has gone before.
Absolutely.
I'll try and see. It might be a little late for him, but Doc Hiccup, her patient, Hayden, the gentleman that I've been telling you about, he's a 7-year-old gentleman. Mm-hmm. He eats a brownie a day that he makes himself. I'll try and see if it's not too late if we can't get him in the studio for you guys. I know he wants to come back in for Talk Shit Radio. At the very least, I can see if we can't do a call in.
Hey, if he's got if he's willing to come on, we could always go a little bit earlier or something on like a different day or something like that. That's not a problem. We can adjust our schedule.
Well, yeah, that's true. We can record anyway anytime. So.
Yeah, so that's not a problem.
Okay.
Like I said, I'd really like to dig deep into this subject and really get some education out there to everybody. Right. Plus, I'd like to get a little education. It's nice to learn something new every day, right?
Yeah.
So, I talked about my business, SBS Events, a.k.a. Sound by Sideshow, my mobile DJ business that does weddings and parties and whatnot. Well, let's talk a little bit about yours, Stitch.
Well, I got something new going on here. We're going to start a live show starting next Thursday, June 7th. At 6 p.m. It's going to be called Real Talk, and we're going to get off this topic a little bit and start talking about some of the other things that are important to people around here. We're looking for, mainly my demographic that I want to talk to is the people making $50,000 a year or less. That's the part of America that is not being represented in Washington right now, and we need to get together and find out what do we really think. There's a lot of people out there that aren't fully liberal or fully conservative. We're in the middle, and I want to see what you people think. So please join me on June 7th at 6 p.m., and we're going to be talking live, and we're going to have the message boards open, the chat room open. You can send me your questions and ideas, and we'll put them on the air.
You're going live, Stitch?
We're going live.
Going live on the Talk Shit Radio Network. So it should be a cool deal, yeah.
Yeah, eventually I'd like to do that, but with my schedule, how hard it is to like concrete down one day, you
right.
know, especially running the business and whatnot. You never know when I got to be out doing a job or I need to fill in somewhere. So
Being disabled, I got the time.
yeah, you're not disabled. You're differently able.
Differently abled, yeah.
That's right.
Special.
But
Special.
also,
Special ed.
again, I know I'm beating a dead horse for 2 weeks, but I want to thank Skinnies again because that was just such a great time. I talked to Jay, and he just had a fantastic time there. He was really happy with everything.
Oh, that's good.
He really enjoyed meeting some new people and hanging out with us, and everybody was just tickled to death about the stuff we were giving away. So
Cool.
more of that definitely to come in the future and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
we'll
that.
have to go back there one time.
Yeah, either go back there or some other, other stuff. I like giving stuff away to people. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm sure, we've gained a lot of listeners by going out there, and that's what we want to do. We want to get our product out there. We want to get our show out there. We want people to hear what we have to say because there are a lot of people that are hearing it, but or thinking it. Excuse me, there are a lot of people out there that are thinking it, but they don't really have anything that they could really.
Well, what I like about the event is they're not just sitting at home listening. They're getting up off their butts. They're coming out. They're getting involved.
Right.
And that's what we really need is for people to get involved.
That's one of the huge things. I'll have to agree with you on that, bro. I agree with the live broadcast, the engagement, the people coming out. It gives us a chance to actually, stand there and talk to them face to face. And I mean, let's face it. We've got 3 different personas here, from you to me to you. There's quite an age gap between all 3 of us.
Generations, yeah.
Correct. So it goes to show all 3 sides that it's not just about getting high. This is about medical cannabis. This is about awareness. This is about everything.
Stitch, you are how old? 51,
Yeah.
Old enough to know.
and you are
He's got a couple years on me.
Lou doesn't want to.
Yeah, I'm 44.
44, and I'm 36.
So there you go.
There you go.
So, yeah. So it's a nice little spread there, and it shows all 3 sides of business. You know what I mean? And we are businessmen, all 3 of us. You know what I mean?
Well, and,
so yeah.
and that was great too. Like you were saying with engaging with everybody at
Absolutely.
Skinnies. Like you saw me, I was running around just hanging out
Yes.
and talking to everybody, and people that didn't know exactly what Blunt Talk Radio was. I kind of got to explain it to them, and they tuned in and listened to the show, and now they're advocates for it. They're buying T-shirts.
I tell you, for days afterwards, I watched the likes of the network go up and up and up and up and up, and they're still going up. And over the last 4 days, we've gained 16 to 18 new listeners over the last 4 days that have actually followed us, and are so that's pretty
Well,
good.
and that was our first event. They're only going to get better.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
realistically, we haven't really scratched the surface as far as
Nothing.
advertising or
Just
anything.
getting
This is
started.
just I tell a couple people, they tell a couple people kind of thing.
The whole network has been built that way, guys. I'll be honest with you. That's the way I built the whole network. Kennedy Studios, Talk Shit Radio Network, word of mouth through Facebook. Everybody and anybody that you know, the only thing that we've ever asked of anybody is to please tell a friend and ask them to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Most valuable advertising in America.
Absolutely.
It really is. It really is. And I want to thank everybody. I said this earlier. I might sound like a broken record, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to us, blabber on every week. I mean, we do come out with a lot of useful information, stuff,
Yes.
but,
We teach a little, we learn a little.
Yes,
I'd like to throw a plug in for my show in the mornings.
Why don't you do that?
Absolutely, yeah. Talk Shit Radio on Talk Shit Radio Network every morning. You can go to facebook.com/Talk Shit TV show, and you can catch all the links. You can go to
What do they talk about on there?
with shit.
All right.
Yeah, everything. You name it. From what we're talking about to what your show's about to what everything. It's just everything. Local news, just everything, man. Whatever's
Everything from yeast shit to bullshit.
absolutely. You got a bad day on the way home, or on the way into work, and you want to call up and talk some shit about the guy in front of you because he's driving like a douchebag. Come on, the phone number. I'll get the lines up, and we'll have you in. You want to get on the chat, same thing. Yeah.
You better watch this guy, that yeast shit. Because
I love it.
Yeah, but everybody's loving it too much, and now he's going to go right into a live broadcast. He's going to end up with like yeastshitradio.com.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Yeah.
We'll be
Me and Larry, the cable guy.
Damn right. Damn right.
Well,
Hell yeah.
Well, is there anything else you guys would like to plug, or anything else? Or you want?
I want to thank you guys for doing this every week.
Hey, thanks
Absolutely.
for putting up with my
thanks for
ass.
having us.
You know what I mean? I know I could be a pain in the ass once in a while. And
I ain't got no problems here, man.
Hey, well,
I love it. I love the fact that we have the show.
I love the fact too. This is just great. It's just kind of like fell, like I said, I kind of fell in. I fell into it kind of just out of nowhere, and it was kind of cool, like how that worked out and what it's
Well, the
becoming.
way it worked, it was kind of interesting too, because we were. Ooh, I hate those. We were on the eve of leaving to go to Oklahoma to go to the zoo that I told you about, and
Is
you had
Oklahoma
contacted
really
me.
okay?
No.
No, okay. I didn't think so.
No, I wasn't okay with it after we left. It left a bad taste in my mouth, no pun intended.
There are a lot of women in the past that have left a bad taste in my mouth.
I'm sure, but I'll explain that one after we get off the air because it was just utterly and pathetically disgusting, the old reference I made. But anyway, if you remember, I was like, I'm going to Oklahoma. As soon as I get back, I'll contact you and we'll do this. And I'm glad I did. Because it's worked out good.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I mean, this is a lot of fun for me to do, and hopefully the listeners out there are having a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Gives them something to do. Like this would be like for me, if I was listening to a show like this would be something great when there's nothing on, like you're like at nighttime. There's nothing on freaking TV. You really don't feel like getting into like a television program, but you want some background noise. Because I know when I sleep, I'm the kind of person that wants
Not
to.
me.
No, you like silence?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I have to have a background noise, or I won't be able to sleep.
I used to be like that when I was a kid. I used to put my headphones, I'd break up a set of headphones like that apart and stick one of the things in the pillow. So I had a pillow.
I hope I'm not anybody's background noise when they're falling asleep.
Yeah.
I don't think that's good for ratings.
No, I'd like to be the last thing on the lady's mind before she goes to bed at night. You know what I mean?
Well,
I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
Last thing on her mind. And in other news.
Oh, here we go. That a perfectly well constructed sentence can be drugged straight into the gutter.
Straight to the toilet. We always seem to have that problem in the mornings.
I
don't know what it is.
It happens.
Today we were about 9 minutes into the show, down into the toilet. Gone.
That's all right, though. You know what I mean? That's why it's Talk Shit Radio.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to wrap up this show. We'd like to, again, I don't care how many times I say this. I don't care if you're sick of hearing it. Thank you fuckers out there. Thank you so much for listening in. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for showing up to the live broadcast. Thanks for hashtagging Team Sideshow, Blunt Talk Radio, Free Florida, Educate, Legislate, and Medicate. Hashtagging all that on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your Snapchat. Thank you guys so much. Continue to do that. Of course, I got shirts for $15. We're going to make some new shirts very soon. Maybe a yeast shit shirt in the making very soon. Looking very much forward to it. Stay tuned. Tune in every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. or listen to it on demand. All you got to do is go on Facebook.com, Blunt Talk Radio. It's really, really just that simple. Log on, enjoy, and hey, help us fight the cause. Stand with us because we need you. We can't do this by ourselves. We need to do this as a group, and we need to let people know that medical marijuana is the answer. We need to let people know that decriminalizing people that are pot smokers is definitely an answer. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous that people are getting locked up over crap like this for something, for a plant that makes you happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So help join the fight. Let's get it right. Let's get this economy in Florida right. Like Colorado. Their economy's booming right now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're sitting here and no one's got jobs.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that story earlier about, your buzzkill of the week. What he said about Colorado, it's not true.
Well, your voice can be heard, ladies and gentlemen, so don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to fight the good fight. Next week, I think Blunt Talk Radio is going to go international, and we're going to talk about other countries.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about how they are with marijuana. Some countries that have different marijuana laws and
how some countries have solved a lot of problems with other drugs through legalization.
Yeah. I'll do my thing and get the research going.
I think that would be a great topic for us. But in the meantime, everybody, sit back, relax, enjoy, take a bong rip, enjoy life, listen to Blunt Talk Radio. Thank you guys for coming out. We are high and mighty, and we will see you all next time. This is Blunt Talk Radio, Sideshow, Stitch, Lou out. This is the TSRN.